culture, we don't want to just have a narrow sense of that culture. We don't want to hear just about African music. We don't want to hear just about Hollywood in America. We need to see the richness and broad breadth of that culture. And Romanian cinema is incredibly rich and broad. It's a kind of treasure trove, really. And I felt that we should see the range of that treasure trove. The soulful films, the art classics, but also the comedies, the wry comedies, the great directors. Who are the auteurs that we haven't heard of, as well as the auteurs that we have heard of? And for me, that just felt very important. To look at the 1970s alone, for example, we have 3 films from the 1970s. A film, one of the great art films in the world, Stone Wedding, as important as Eisenstein in my opinion. But we also have a comedy which I hadn't seen before, and it's wry and it's reminding me of Czech cinema of the 70s, Polish cinema, etc. It's a really original film, a classic in Romania, but ridiculously not well known enough outside. Then a new auteur to me, and a filmmaker whose work I hadn't seen before, a female director, Malvina Ursurino, how do you pronounce her name? Sorry.
Ursiano.
Malvina Ursiano. And her film looks beautiful. A roaming camera. Imagine as if this camera was roaming around me as I speak. A beautiful form, an autumnal film, a rich piece of work. We need to know more about this filmmaker internationally. You want to challenge people, you want to excite people, you want to show them different forms, animations, comedies, the richness of a culture. That's why we're gone so wide. We have to be interested in more than ourselves. We are one big species on this planet. We're not a series of little tribes who are only interested in our own culture, our own identity, our own stuff. We in Britain are encountering Romanians in all ways, all the time. We need to understand each other. Cinema, this thing, is an empathy machine. It takes us into our hearts and souls, and the hearts and souls of other people. And through looking at these greater Romanian films, we really learned something about this complex country, this rich country, this country which is sort of on the borders between many places. And that's why we have to look and enjoy and plunge into Romanian cinema and not just look at our own English language cinema. Romanian film was undergoing a real high in the 2009, 10, 11, 12. It's still on a high, but what's great about world film culture is the scene moves on. And the Romanian government supported its filmmakers to some degree. Of course, it could support them even more. I think that some of the best films I'm seeing are from Philippines or Iran, for example, but Romania is still making great films, and that's to a credit to this country and its love of cinema, its cinephile tradition. You can see this passion for cinema in the films, and that's why I invite people to come and see them.